Good evening, everybody. This is SPC World 2008 here with a video on the potential for a significant severe weather and or potentially a tornado outbreak that will occur probably early afternoon across Mississippi and Alabama, carrying into the late afternoon and evening up into Tennessee and potentially southern Kentucky. Before we get started with this video, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe if you do like weather-related content, and make sure to hit the notification bell while you're subscribing so you do not miss an upload on my YouTube channel. Anyway, guys, let's get started. So you guys can see this is the cape for the potential for severe weather tomorrow, and we'll run the models. So as you guys can see, by the time we reach 17Z, we have pretty unstable atmosphere across portions of all of Mississippi. And then that should move into Tennessee, bringing with it some unstable air. So I think there's probably going to be a high risk, unfortunately. However, I think a high risk, if they do issue one, it's going to be in northeast Mississippi, southern Tennessee, and northern Alabama. I'm really concerned because I live in central Tennessee, and I'm really not looking forward to tomorrow because of the strong potential, because of the tornado chances, but I think I'll be okay. And then you guys see a cold front rushes in, it should put an end to that. Here's 0 3 km cape. I don't think this really means much, but ran it anyways. So here's the significant tornado parameter. As you guys can see, it spikes up significantly in the central Mississippi by the time we reach 13Z, which is crazy, because that's actually 8 a.m. So already in the morning, we'll see potential for severe weather. And then that blossoms even more and gets into Tennessee by the time we reach about 21Z or 4 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. As you guys can see, we have 10s on the supercell composite. Significant tornado parameter. Hey guys, into Tennessee where I live, that's freaking me out. And so for Mississippi and Alabama, I know you guys have to deal with this all over again, and that's horrible. And let me tell you, the thing that stinks for Tennesseans is that a warm front will lift through tomorrow, and there's not going to be any rain and convection in the morning like last week to destroy your atmosphere. So, Tennessee, now you're included in this risk. So, this is going to be a lot different than last week's event. This is going to be way worse. I have a bad feeling it's going to be way worse than last week's event, with long track violent tornadoes by late afternoon across Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. And then that fears out. But there still could even be severe weather in the eastern Tennessee with some SIG tornadoes, potentially still. Now, as you guys can see, we're going to go over this. And then we have really high supercell numbers. We have pinks, which indicates 20 to 25. Let's take a sounding in Mississippi tomorrow. Wait. Oh, it doesn't do soundings. All right, it doesn't want to cooperate, so that stinks. But then, as you guys can see, there still could be some significant supercell potential, even in the northeast Georgia, and that's where Adrian's weather forecast is at. And I really hope he stays weather aware. He's a great guy. You guys should subscribe to him if you haven't already. And look at our updraft velocity too. As you guys can see, that's streaking, and then moves out. And here's our simulated echo tops. So, when these supercells come through, they'll be super, super, super high up in the clouds. It's going to be crazy. And I really want you guys to be weather aware. As you guys see in the morning, we're going to have extremely unstable air moving into Tennessee with 68 dew points near Nashville. 66 near Nashville. With potentially, we could be seeing 68 near Columbia, and then points northward, and then you see that cold front rush in, and it should be pretty stable after that. But guys, we're talking 66, 68, maybe 69, 70 in central Tennessee. That's really high. And then Alabama, Mississippi have 72, which is super unstable. So look at this. And that's extremely favorable. And I can't stress this enough. If you don't follow the severe weather guidelines tomorrow, you could lose your life. And I really don't want that happening. So you guys really need to stay weather aware, because your lives possibly depend on it. So now look at our supercell. So one good thing is that if this rain can hold out, especially across Tennessee, it may stabilize the atmosphere just a little bit. Of course, Mississippi and Alabama, unfortunately, you don't get to deal with that. You guys will be in the warm sector. But again, what stinks for Tennessee is that looks to move out by 17Z, and you guys are open up for significant tornadoes. And then you see these massive supercells move in with potential for long track violent tornadoes, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. Look at these. These have hook echoes on them. As you guys can see, it curves a little bit. So this is not going to be a day we want to remember in the South. And even up as far north as Indiana and Illinois and Kentucky, we could see severe weather. In Kentucky, you could see some tornadoes too, like pretty large ones if conditions do become allowing. Now we'll go to the National Storm Prediction Center. And as you guys can see, it's a talk about an upgrade to a high risk for strong and potentially violent long-track tornadoes that may be needed in a later update. So, tornado, we have a 15% hatched significant for Nashville, Memphis, Birmingham, Jackson, Mississippi, and Huntsville, Alabama. And then the wind is 30% for all of Middle Tennessee, all of Central Alabama, Eastern Mississippi, Southern Illinois, and Southern Kentucky. And then the hail risk looks to stay to the west with baseball-sized hail, and damaging winds could be up to 80 with strong long-track tornadoes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Please stay weather aware, and see you guys later.